When a brand like Benelli introduces a model like the Leoncino Bobber 400, you know it's trying to make a statement. The Leoncino family has been associated with scramblers and retro-style machines, but with this model Benelli steps into the power cruiser bobber world, and does so with an unexpected twist. Under the sculpted bodywork and minimalist bobber styling, the Bobber 400 houses the brand's first V-twin engine, namely a 60 degrees liquid-cooled V-twin displacing 384.5 cc. That engine generates about 35.4 horsepower, around 34 to 35 HP depending on market, at approximately 8,000 revolutions per minute and delivers 36 Nm of torque around 4,500 revolutions per minute. The undersquare bore stroke combo 60 x 68 mm and SOHC 4-valve per cylinder layout give the engine a character of its own. Smooth in the mid-range, lively enough to feel like more than just a starter bike. Power is fed through a 6-speed gearbox and uniquely for this class, a belt final drive, a feature that gives the Bobber a low-maintenance and cruiser-style feel. On the chassis and ride side, the Bobber doesn't shy away from its retro roots. The frame is a traditional double cradle steel unit, coordinating with a 35 mm inverted front fork and twin rear shocks. 16-inch cast aluminium wheels shod with high-profile tires, 130/90 front, 150/80 rear, give it a broad, planted stance, more cruiser than sport bike. The brakes are basic yet functional. A single 300 mm disc with a 4-piston caliper up front, a 240 mm disc with single-piston caliper at the rear, and ABS as standard. What catches the eye right away is how Benelli has blended classic bobber styling with a relatively modern feel. The fuel tank is compact, around 15 liters, contributing to the low profile. The seat height is a manageable 730 mm, making the bike quite accessible. Design touches like bar end mirrors, a short tail section, dual exhaust pipes in some markets and exposed air filter housing all reinforce the bobber attitude. Available color schemes include things like desert tan, midnight black and onyx gray depending on region. So what kind of riding experience does the Leoncino Bobber 400 promise? First, its light curb weight around 180 kilograms wet in some markets and low seat height make it friendly for urban riding, downtown cruising or winding back roads rather than track blasts. The belt drive adds to ease of use and lower maintenance, a nice plus for a bike that leans more lifestyle than hardcore sport. The V-twin character gives a sound and feel distinct in this displacement class. On the flip side, performance-wise this isn't about out-accelerating superbikes. With approximately 35 horsepower the Leoncino Bobber 400 holds its own among small cruisers but won't blow your socks off. Some commentators note that the specs aren't radical but the whole package is appealing because of style and character. Suspension travel is modest, e.g., around 100 to 125 m, so while the ride will feel planted, it may not soak up extremely rough surfaces like a full-on adventure bike. What makes this bike especially intriguing is that Benelli is using it to broaden its appeal and enter new segments. The V-twin is new for the brand, the styling shifts toward cruiser culture, and the layout appeals to both beginner and intermediate riders looking for something with personality. For markets where licensing or displacement limits matter, this kind of machine represents great value, distinctive looks, decent tech and manageable performance. If you're making a YouTube video, there are a few topics you might emphasize. The origin story, Leoncino family evolution, right pointing arrow, how the Bobber 400 fits in. The engine, first V-twin for Benelli at this size, belt drive, Euro 5+ compliance in certain markets. Design and ergonomics, how the seating, tank shape, wheel sizes, mirrors and overall stance all contribute to that Bobber identity. Riding feel and user profile, rider accessibility, maintenance considerations, where this bike shines, city, cruiser rides, weekend outings. Considerations, small displacement means limits, some components e.g., suspension travel may lean towards style over hardcore performance. Market and value, how this compares to other small cruisers, what the user gets for their money, and what kind of rider it will attract. In conclusion, the 2025 Leoncino Bobber 400 isn't just another retro cruiser. It stands out because Benelli has given it genuine character, a compact V-twin, belt drive, accessible ergonomics, and styling that nods at classic American bobbers while remaining distinct. If you're after a bike that balances daily-friendly usability with cruiser style, and you don't need 150 plus HP running gear, this machine deserves a look. For your video, spotlighting the unique bits, the engine, belt drive, low seat height and bobber styling, will help viewers connect with what makes this model special. Feel free to tweak any of this text. Break it into your video segments, add B-roll ideas, motion graphics cues, engine cutaway, belt drive demo, or rider interviews if you have access. If you like, I can also help craft a full YouTube storyboard or video outline for this bike.